Steam announcement, what a nice thing. Understand me right, Steam Deck is one of the best gaming devices, but processor update is one of the things that I was waiting for.
We're excited to talk about the future of Steam Deck, but not today.
Wait, that's not about Steam Deck. Fuck. Steam Controller 2. First one was pretty ugly and uncomfortable. Here, they have taken the easiest route. Take controller from Steam Deck, so take Steam Deck, chop off the screen, and you got a controller, meaning it'll be ergonomic, and with support of everything Steam community has to offer, like setup for non-controller ready games, like strategies or games like Ready or Not, where trackpads could be assigned to be 9 buttons, meaning 9 more functions and commands. Symmetrical joysticks, great. Ergonomics, same, great. And if we're talking about what I hope they'll add better vibration, since in Steam Deck, for me at least, the vibration is too light. And there it can be described as not to influence controls with vibration, but if even something like Xbox controller type of haptics will be present, it'll be great. Once again, Steam Deck community made lots of different types of layouts for controller, including gyroscope use, trackpad use, and support of controller in the games that are not originally supported by Xbox or PlayStation controllers. And let's not forget about 4 extra buttons on the back of the Steam Deck, allowing more comfortable adjustments in each game. Certified that the charging dock acting as a dongle for PC will be also included in the box, which is great, keeping in mind that with Steam Deck the most important accessory, case, came in the box, showing that Valve are actually thinking about the users of their devices. The only question that appears, why the new controller? For what? Well, killer feature of the controller optimized games, which were not meant for the controller. But why, if you will be most probably playing PC games, meaning keyboard and mouse will be near you at all times? Well, Steam Machine 2. That was obviously the thing Valve was working on for a long time. Device for PC gaming but with a console-like experience. But if Steam Machine first generation was an Alienware and Zotac with Steam logo inside, here, same as with the Steam Deck, Valve is making its own hardware. Essentially Linux PC supporting Steam games, and now it looks like the best alternative to Xbox and PS5, since, if the price will be comparable to PlayStation 5, Steam has better library to offer, better prices and presence of all of your acquired PC games just on a TV like a console. 2 usage scenarios as a classic PC with mouse and keyboard and as a console connecting to your TV, and keeping in mind that even Steam Deck had more than decent desktop mode with 90% of necessary applications in their library, that will not be only a game changer for console market but also PC market. The question still is, why cannot you connect your TV to your PC instead of buying another gadget? But as I see it, this device is more meant for people with some games in their library, but who are not running major PC or Windows laptop for everything, essentially Mac users. For these people, this device is a game changer. Library is left from what you already have, with no necessity to buy patch for better FPS or graphics like it is with the Nintendo major titles like Zelda, for example. Library of Steam already has Sony X exclusives like the same Last of Us, God of War, Ghost of Tsushima and others, so library-wise Steam Machine is better. The only question is in the performance aspect. Same as before was promised up to 4K 60, but we've seen this before in PlayStation 4, and when talking about power they compare it with 6 Steam Decks. Kind of impressive, but keeping in mind that Steam Deck native resolution is 1280 by 800 pixels, the question about performance persists. From what we already know, Steam Machine will have custom AMD chip inside based on RDNA 3 GPU, roughly equivalent to RTX 4060, which is more than most of the gamers currently have at their disposal based on the same Steam statistics. But if comparing to PlayStation 5 has more cores both in CPU and GPU, but architecture in Steam Machine 2 is more modern than 4 and RDNA 3. But if comparing to PlayStation 5 Pro, Sony wins Steam Machine even on paper with no chances left. First tests are already all in line without FPS count of course, but according to people from IGN, when they were launching Cyberpunk 2077 on Steam Machine in 4K and ultra settings, but with FSR set on performance, the game was playable. But what means playable for people invited to Valve for Steam Machine testing is a mystery. But here the question that is left: optimization. Since if all the games for PlayStation 5 are optimized for PlayStation 5, optimization in Steam is for the great variety of hardware, meaning that we have only hope for the optimization to be good. Fortunately, experience with Steam Deck shows that Valve is more than capable in this aspect. But now, if you have not bought console in order not to buy games you already have in Steam for the second time, now you can get a console that will have all the great variety of games you have already bought in Steam, meaning all the games will be available both on PC and Steam Deck and Steam Machine console. And Steam Machine looks as a console pretty good. I/O include DisplayPort, HDMI, Ethernet. It has its own controller, optimized operating system, and everything optimized for gaming, and most importantly, you'll avoid the most horrible thing there is in PC, Windows. And now, VR headset. The most questionable upgrade, no base stations like in Valve Index, good. Finger tracking stays, eye movement sensor to improve image quality in the location person is looking at, great as well, since it will allow to enjoy VR games on not so powerful PCs or gaming laptops, but still in the world where MetaQuest 3 exists, this release, as I see it, is just an update to existing device to modern standards of hardware and design. What looks good, the dongle to connect wirelessly, but sure, Quest 3 can run even without some dongles using some software, but the option of running VR headset wirelessly without any wire straight out of the box is just great. And same as on the other devices, some games can run off the VR headset itself. The question persists of the quality of the games, doubt it will be Half-Life Alyx, but still the option is good. Valve, one of the companies that creates hardware by engineers and not by marketing department, meaning that features are there not because marketing department wanted some cool numbers on the box, but because it really is cool and necessary, like the Steam Deck has proven. Moreover, Valve now has its own ecosystem of gadgets, made on the basis of the same operating system and has similar design with minimal interventions, from let's add more cool RGB and screens to look just cool. So I like this announcement and I really look for the release, and most probably I will get Steam Machine at least.